Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Adam Talks Prison. Now, today, guys, I'm going to be speaking on an incident that I saw happen in prison. Now, this is why I say in my videos, try and get the message out there to the youth and to people in general. That if you go to prison, and I don't wish anyone to go to prison. And but I'm going to be speaking on what can happen when you mess around with gambling, in prison, and the consequences of what can happen when you think it's a game and one big joke. Because prison is not a game and it's not a joke, and there's a lot of guys in prison that just don't play that shit. And they will mess you up or take your life. I can guarantee you of that. Now, this incident that I'm speaking on today, this happened in Goulburn Correctional Centre, right? Now, Goulburn Correctional Centre is a maximum security prison. It's a maximum security prison. It's about 2.5 hours from Sydney, in a town called Goulburn. It's like a country town. Goulburn's a country town. And you see, in Goulburn, back in the days when I was going to Goulburn prison, in the mid to late 90s, it was called the Killing Fields, right? It was called the Killing Fields, and now they've got a new section there called Supermax, which is like a prison within a prison within a prison. Once you're in that Supermax section, you're done for. It's hard to get out of there, but Goulburn Correctional Centre, maximum security prison, and we don't go by levels here, like in America, how they've got, level 1 through to 7. But here it's just like, maximum security, and then you've got Supermax, then you've got medium, and then you've got minimum, right? Now, Goulburn, which is a maximum security prison, it holds roughly about 1,000 inmates, maybe a bit more. And now, what happened, right? Now, this is when I was in Goulburn. This is my third bid that I did in Goulburn, and I was doing my 6 years in for a violent armed robbery that I committed. Now, this young guy came in, and you see, at this stage I was in like my mid-20s, right? But this dude came in, he was 18 years old, and he looked about 15, seriously. And, he comes in there, right, and he's already made one big mistake off rip, right? He walks into the bloody wing, and he's like this. He's walking into the wing like this, right, like he's the shit. Big mistake, because, that will get you tested even more, because people will come over and test you to see if you are really about that life, and whether you are really, what you portray yourself as. So people will come over and test you, and that's a big mistake, because I've seen a lot of people get fucked up, by making out they're a tough cunt and they're not. You'll get more in life just being yourself and being respectful. So what happened this day, this guy comes in thinking he's the shit, he's first time, he's one of these young cocky guys, Can't tell him nothing, he knows everything. So he gets in there, and straight away, after he gets allocated his cell and he puts all his shit in his cell, right? And straight away, before he's even because he's down like this and he's putting his sheets and whatnot on his bed, right? Toothpaste, toothbrush, tiny toothbrush about that big that they give you. And he didn't even get the chance to stand back up straight and turn around, right? And this guy just walked in and gone bang, right? And he's in there and he's got smashed. But I will say this, even though that he got smashed, right? He got smashed and he was beat up, he looked a mess, but, he had a go though, albeit a shit go, but nonetheless, he had a go, so, that quieted him down a little bit, but not much, he was, after a while, still back to his rowdy self, smacking the lips, and so he starts to get involved in gambling, right? Starts to get involved, in gambling, because guys like to play 41 and poker and things of that nature, and they'll bet on footy games, you know what I mean? Bet on footy games and stuff like that, and like he's there playing cards, right? And this young kid, like, I won't put his name out there, but I'll just call him Greenie, because his last name's Green, so I'll just call him Greenie. So Greenie's there playing cards, right? He's doing alright, and but he's gone from doing alright, and then he was starting to lose his ass, right? He was losing big time, and you see what he kept on doing. Every single time that he lost, he kept on saying, I'll cover it on buy-up day, I'll cover it on buy-up day, right? Buy-up day is canteen, that's what we call it here. So come buy-up day, come buy-up day when he's, supposed to be paid up all this money, and, if this guy seriously thought that he was going to pay the couple of $100 that he owed from the buy-up, sadly mistaken, because back in those days you could only spend $60, at the buy-up at the canteen. So, I don't know what the hell he was thinking there, but, so anyway, he's losing, right? He's losing big time. He's ended up, owing a couple hundred. And come the day of buy-up, right, he goes there and he goes and gets his buy-up, and he only gets, because the whole $60 buy-up was meant, to be a down payment for the rest of, and then pay the rest, down the road sort of thing. So instead of, buying everything that the dude told him to get for him, right, so what he's done, he's gone and got everything that he wanted, for himself on the buy-up, and it was all like, shit, chocolate, chips, drinks and shit. There wasn't even a bar of soap with deodorant in there, and I'm like, really? You know what I mean? So, and he only gets old mate that he had the money to, right? Greenie only gets him like 5 things. 5 things. And this dude that he had the money to, right, he wasn't someone to play with. And you see, what Greenie thought, this is what I also say, never judge a book by its cover, right? Because the dude that he owed money to, because he looked like a nerd, right, he looked like sort of like a nerdy sort of a guy, he had big bottle glasses, you know what I mean, and he had this goofy laugh, and and he was really, really low spoken, and he just thought, just by his appearance alone, right, that he could put it over him. Little did he know that this dude was in there, right, he was in there for manslaughter, right, and manufacturing methamphetamines, doing over 20 years, and so come the day to pay him, right, it's buy-up day, it's on to pay him, and I might wait for him to go into his cell, because with the buy-up, and he fucking walks into the cell with his buy-up, right, and then old mate walks in, and he's going, you got everything, right, you got everything that I told you to get. And this dude turned around and fucking gives him the 5 things, right? And old mate looked at him and looked at the shit. He's going, what the fuck's this? Where's the bag? You know what I mean? And he turned around and goes, oh, listen, I don't know who the fuck do you think you are, trying to fucking bully me into fucking giving you all my buy-up, And he goes, what do you mean? I'm bullying you? He goes, fuck off. You lost fair and square, right? You lost fair and square, and it's time to fucking pay up. It's time to pay up what you owe, right? And old mates turn around and goes, instead of just saying, yo, look, bro, look, I'll fix you up everything, doing the right thing because he owes him, right? He's turned around and said to old mate, oh, fuck you, you're not getting nothing. What the hell are you going to do about it? And you know what? End up getting in a fight, right? Greenie gets in a fight with this guy, and fucking they're tussling in the cell, right? They're fucking fighting in the cell, and you can hear the fucking, you can hear the shoes going and the banging, we're in there fighting, they're in there fighting, and then all of a sudden, it's gone dead quiet, right? It's gone dead quiet, and then the door opens, right? And you see Greenie standing there, and he's like this, and he's got his hand on his fucking head like that, right? Oh, mate, that, you know, he owed the money to, right? He's on the ground, right? He's on the ground. And we just thought that he was knocked out, right? We just thought Greeny got a lucky punch or something in and he fucking knocked him out. You know, but little did we know, come to find out later on, that, you know, he's got into a fight with this dude, right? And as he's gone into a fucking fight with this dude, and Greeny's like fucking like spun him around, right? And they've spun around, and then like he's fucking lost his footing, and he's hit the side of the bunk, right? He's hit the edge of the side of the bunk, you know, steel bunks, and it's hit old mate right in the temple, killed him instantly. He's on the ground dead on the cell floor. Greeny's like this freaking out, and he's going fuck, fuck, fuck. You know, and then like the screws, you know, one of the fucking COs walking past doing his rounds, you know, and fucking saw Greeny going like this, fuck, 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 and then looks in the cell and sees old mate on the cell floor, right? And so CO yells out, lock down, get to your cells. So we all scatter, you know, we all go back to our cells, you know what I mean? And then they grab Greeny, cuff him up, and take him off to fucking the hole, alright? Take him off to Segro, the hole, and, you know, they put him in there and they do all the investigations, right? And they've asked, like, you know, what happened and what led up to it, you know, and he goes, Greeny just turned around and said, look, you know, fucking, we had a disagreement about something, didn't tell him, you know, that it was for gambling debt. You know, had a disagreement, we got to fighting in the cell. You know, we got to fighting in the cell, and, you know, he's almost lost his footing and fucking smacked the side of his fucking head on the side of the bunk, but just so happened to hit him in the temple, right? And killed him instantly. So, Greeny ends up getting charged, right? He ends up getting charged. They first tried to charge him with murder, and that didn't stick, you know. So they charged him with manslaughter. So Greeny, right, has gone from doing 2.5 years in prison, right, to end up getting 20 years. He got 20 years for manslaughter, right? And because of, you know, because he was beat up and, you know, fucking end up dying in the cell. And you got 20 years for manslaughter. I mean, that's just ridiculous, you know. But he won't do the entire 20 years, you know. He'll do something like 15 years and then he'll get out, you know. But, you know, the point of the story is, this is what I tell all you youths out there, all you kids that think doing drugs and doing crime, right, and bloody going to prison is cool and it's a badge of honour, but it's not. It's not a badge of honour. It's not fucking cool. It's not a place that you want to be. Trust me, right? And these are the kind of things that can happen in prison, right? That's why I say, God forbid none of you go to prison, but if you do, you know, that's why I say stay away from gambling, stay away from drugs, because these are the type of things that can happen, right? Greeny's gone in, first doing 2.5 years, right? Ends up trying to fucking, you know, like, you know, avoid paying this dude for the bloody, for the gambling debt, right? End up getting in a fight in the cell, and then old mate dies. Guess who's to blame? You are, because you're the only one alive. And now, you know, I mean, costing 20 years of your life, you know, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. This is what I say. Prison is not a game, right? There are guys in there that will not play, right? They won't fucking play your stupid games. You know, they'll just go ahead and fuck you up or kill you. You know what I mean? And this is what I say to people, you know what I mean? Like, prison is not the fucking place to go in there, you know, claiming that you're someone. You know what I mean? You're this big fucking tough guy, right? And nothing's ever going to happen to you, right? But you just don't know, right? You could get into a fight, you know, and the guy you fight end up dying, then you get charged, right? And you're doing even longer, you know what I mean? or you can get some drugs off someone, and then you owe that person, right? And you're in debt to that person, and that person, more or less owns your ass because you owe him, And if you think that you can avoid not paying this guy, and if you think, doing a fucking, a snitch move, a PC move, by fucking checking in, thinking if you check in and go to another prison, you don't have to worry about it. Well, you're very sadly mistaken, because prison is a fucking small world, right? And it doesn't fucking matter if you do that shit in one prison and you go to another prison, right? There's going to be people there that dude knows, and they already know before you've gotten to that prison. They know you're coming because a kite's already been sent, right? A kite's already been sent, which is, the little piece of paper with a message on there, and that's already been sent across saying that you'll come to that prison and what you've done, right? And as soon as you fucking hit that compound and you hit that fucking yard, right, you're done for. It's all over for you, This is why I say, don't think that, you can go into prison, you know what I mean, and borrow shit from people, or gamble, and not pay your debts. It just doesn't work like that. One way or the other, that dude will get paid. Whether that's, to him coming into your cell and taking everything that you've got, right? Or you get your people to put money in there onto his books or into a bank account, right? Or if none of that happens, guess what's going to happen? You're going to end up in his cell, right? You're going to end up in his cell, and you're going to be his bitch, and he's going to be fucking you. He's going to be fucking you in the cell, right? And you're going to become his bitch. Trust me, I've seen that happen a lot of times, So this is what I tell you guys, make smart choices, guys. Make smart choices. Think about it before you do it, okay? Stop and just think, right? Because trust me, you mightn't be thinking about it now, thinking it's all fun and games now, but when it's down the road and it gets serious, and you're looking at prison time, you actually go to prison, it's a whole nother level. Especially if you end up in a maximum security prison. You know what I mean? So, these are the kind of things that can happen in there, And you just gotta, especially like, the do's and don'ts when you go to prison, One thing you don't do, the main thing you don't do is fucking snitch. You don't snitch. You don't look into other people's cells when you're walking, right? When you're walking through the wing or through the pod, you know what I mean? You keep your fucking eyes down and you don't look into other people's cell. You know what I mean? Because there could be anything going on in there. They could be doing tattoo work. They could be making a drug deal. They could be shooting up. You could be fucking another guy in there. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? So you just mind your fucking business, right? This is what I say, keep your eyes closed but your ears open, you know what I mean? And, people have asked me before, oh, don't you feel bad, because I've told the story before when I've had to step over a body, when I've had to step over a dead body and keep it moving. And they said, don't you feel bad that you didn't stop and help that dude? And I said, look, yeah, it's fucked up that he got killed, but no, I don't feel bad. And because, it's prison. It's prison, right? People get fucking killed in there all the time. And it's not my beef. It's nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? I don't know this dude. It's got nothing to do with me. I don't give a fuck what happens. I'll step over him and keep it moving. You just become numb to that sort of stuff. And, after a while, that sort of stuff just doesn't faze you, But it's always there, it's always there in the back of your mind, but you just got to keep it moving, and using it just, like I knew when I was a young kid, I knew that in my adult life that I would end up going to prison. I just knew it, because of the way my life was when I was a kid, and the way everything was going, and prison is not a game, nothing to play with. So is using drugs, It's very, very serious, I used heroin for 12 years, right? I used heroin for 12 years, and my habit got up to $1,200 a day, right, fam? $1,200 a day. That's why I had to do armed robberies and certain things, to get more money, and I had my first shot of heroin when I was 12 years old. When I was 12 years old, I had one shot, bang, it was over. My life was over from that point on. And you know what? All the drugs that I used back then, the 12 years that I used heroin all day, every day for 12 years, and all the other drugs that I took and all the things that I did, it's taken a big toll on my body. It's taken a big toll on my body. You know what I mean? I've got Hep C because of it. I got Hep C because of sharing dirty syringes, right? And see, I have pains in my liver all the time. You know what I mean? I have pains in my liver all the time. Where I got stabbed in the head, I get bad, migraines and headaches there. You know what I mean? And, my eye, it's all buggered up because of it. It's a bit blurry, and there's a lot of days where I feel weak, and I don't have, no strength whatsoever, and that's all because of the toll that it's taken on my body, and it's affected me now, all these years later. I've been clean from heroin and not been back to prison for 8 years now, but it's still taken like I still feel the pain. It's taken a big toll on my life, and I don't wish I do not wish anyone to use heroin. If I can, try and prevent someone from going down that path that I did, I'm more than willing to help that person because I know what it's like, and I don't want to see anyone go through that, And that's why I also say, if anyone out there having addiction problems, or you've got family members, or a friend that's going through addiction problems and you want some advice on how you can help them, or even want me to talk to them or something, just leave a comment. Leave a comment down below, right? And I will reply. I always reply to the comments, So I just wanted to get that out there also, and I'm going to be making a video about addiction soon. But my next video, guys, that I'm going to do next week, I'm going to Goulburn Prison. Not the inside, because I don't want to go back inside that fucking place. But I'm going to be doing it from the outside. I'm going to be doing a video from outside Goulburn Prison, guys. Alright, ATP fam, so you can see the prison that I spent so many years in, okay? So I'm going to be doing that next week. And then the next video after that, because I got asked by some of the HTP fam, Country, who's in the HTP fam, Harvey Talks Prison fam. He wanted me to speak on Pennsylvania and, the incarceration rate of America and, things along that line about their prisons and what my perspective of it is, being here in Australia. And so, yeah, I'm going to be speaking about that. And so look out for that soon, alright, guys? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're into lockup content and you enjoy my videos and, this is something that piques your interest, please give my videos a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share and comment. Alright, guys? I'm at 41 subscribers now. I appreciate everyone that's, giving me a like and subscribe to my channel. Everyone that's left nice comments, much love, and I want to give a big shout out to not only my great friend, but my brother from another mother, Harvey from Harvey Talks Prison. I salute you, bro. I tell you what, you've been awesome to me. And, all the Harvey Talks Prison family have been amazing. They've had my back and they've been with me from the beginning. Zach from Life in Prison, I salute you, bro. Thanks for the shout out that in the interview you did on Lockdown 23 and 1. I appreciate the shout out, bro. Much love and respect, and I rock with you heavy like I do with Harvey. Alright, guys, that's it for right now. Don't forget, on your way out the door, right? Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, hit that bell. It's free, it costs you nothing. Hit that bell on all, share and comment. Thanks, guys, and stay safe, make smart choices, and remember, right, if you have a family, you have a mother, father, wife, girlfriend, please tell them that you love them. Don't go out the door, don't leave, right, and walk out that door and go somewhere before you told them that you love them, okay, because that's very important. You know, a lot of you people have families, and you're very lucky to. I don't have a family, I've never had a family, I don't know what that's like. So, just appreciate what you got, okay, and just remember, you know, that they're your family and they love you and they just want the best for you. Okay, so I appreciate all the Adam Talks Prison family. I love every single one of you guys. You guys are amazing. I will see you guys again on my next video real soon. Stay safe, take care, and make smart choices. Adam Talks Prison out. Peace.